More pension news at 8:15 for you. Now, I promise you that Steph's got a big story for us today because Ford has agreed to refund thousands of pounds of customers whose engines have failed. Some cars even burst into flames while people were driving them. And Steph, you've got the boss, the UK boss, to come on the programme.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to him in a moment, but let me just tell you the details of the story. Morning, everyone. Yeah, we're talking about Ford's Ecoboost engine, which was introduced in 2012. Now, there have been problems with some of them cutting out, overheating, and in a handful of cases, even catching fire. And that's what happened to Claire Robson. Have a look at this.
I've noticed that the smoke's actually coming from under my bonnet. I started thinking, right, I need to get to safety. And there was a slip road coming up, so I left the dual carriageway at the slip road. I was terrified because there was people around me, there was children, it was obviously a busy bank holiday weekend, and there was absolute billows of smoke coming from under the bonnet. And at that stage, I saw the first flame lick up, and I thought, I need to get out of the car now.
That's Claire's story there. Well, with us now is Andy Barratt, who's the Managing Director of Ford in the UK. Thanks very much for joining us, Andy. I mean, Claire's case there is a rare one, but how could it ever get to a point where someone's engine could catch fire while they're driving?
It does happen in a very rare circumstance, and they are thankfully very isolated. We know of only a couple, and we obviously investigate those fully. But the Ecoboost engine is a wide family. It's the name we give to all of our petrol engines. And that goes from a 1 litre 3-cylinder engine up to a 3.5 litre V6 twin turbo in the Ford GT. So we're talking about different engines within that brand.
So what has been the problem? Because it's been with the 1 litre engine and the 1.6 litre. So what's gone wrong? Okay,
let's pick them up individually. The 1 litre, we identified a batch of 44,000 vehicles in the UK in about 2015 that potentially may suffer from a failure of a small hose that connected the engine to the coolant reservoir. That's amongst 600,000 engines were produced and sold in the UK and 2 million worldwide. So, as a percentage, we immediately issued, once we identified that, a customer communication asking them to attend their Ford dealer to get the rectification. 96% of those customers have spoken to us and had that rectification.
That rectification, though, has cost customers money. You've not done this for free. In some cases, you know, people have forked out thousands of pounds to get these repairs done, and it's not their fault.
Now, I accept that point that you're making, but the 96% got the rectification under warranty. That was handled. It's the 4% that we're dealing with, where either the communication went to a prior owner or an owner has failed to attend the dealer and pass the vehicle on. Because the people that are suffering with these engines are often second or third owners of these vehicles, and they weren't aware of the history.
So you're now saying, though, you will pay for 100% of these repair costs.
Yes.
Why has it taken so long to get to this point?
Well, we were paying 100% of the repair costs in the beginning, and obviously we've repaired a number of these engines. But what's been prevalent is the service history of the vehicles, because at the point we identified the need to replace the hose, we confirmed to every dealer through the diagnostic tool that we use that if one of these vehicles came in without the notification, they would get the repair automatically. So a number of these vehicles either haven't been to a Ford dealer in that time or been elsewhere. And obviously, if they haven't been maintained, like any sophisticated piece of equipment, one must maintain it.
Why such inconsistency? Because we've had lots of customers who've contacted this the programme Inside Out, which has been investigating this, saying that there's been such inconsistency. Some people being offered a bit of money for the repair, but not the whole thing. Others having to pay all of it, saying that customer service has been really poor. So why did you guys, you're a big organisation, I appreciate you sell lots of cars, but you've also got thousands of customers here who don't really know what's happening, and they're worried their car's going to cut out.
Look, we really care about this issue. I don't think we've acted at our best, and we can be better. What we have done is taken steps to rectify, to go out there. If customers have the issue today, we'll pay 100%. If they weren't paid 100%, if they contact us, we will reimburse that back to the 100%.
So we were talking specifically there about the 1 litre engine. The issue we saw with Claire earlier with her car catching fire was the 1.6 litre engine. You issued a recall for those cars back in January. Why didn't you issue that recall sooner, given we were seeing other countries where you were recalling for the same engine?
Well, it's the same basic engine architecture, but around the world, engines run different levels of emissions, different fuels, and different kind of engine management systems. As a result, we only issued the recall when we saw the condition appear in the UK. So we acted immediately. It's 15,000 vehicles, and 44% of those have been repaired already. Clearly, anyone who's got recall notice, we would like them to come to the dealer, and we're working through that process as we do normally. But clearly, on any recall, we work with a government agency to make sure that it is a relevant safety recall.
There will be people out there who are genuinely worried now about getting into their Ford car with one of these engines. Can you guarantee that their car is not going to cut out in the middle of the motorway or catch fire or anything like that?
No one can ever guarantee anything because it may be a number of issues and not necessarily the issues we're talking about today.
But for those issues, can you guarantee that they're not going to have this issue?
What I would recommend is that they contact their Ford dealer today if they haven't done so already.
Okay, and just a quick question, we're talking about Brexit. We've had lots of car dealers and car manufacturers giving their views on what could happen. Are you worried about Brexit at Ford?
Well, we're seeing a number of factors. Consumer confidence is very low as a result of what's going on and what we see in the press. Clearly, from a manufacturer point of view, we're quite strong. We need frictionless trade to enable us to operate in the way that we need today.
Would you go as far as what we're seeing from other manufacturers who are saying plants could be shut if we have a no deal?
At this stage, no.
Right. Thank you very much for your time this morning, Andy. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
And that's it for me for now.
Steph, thank you very much. So you can watch the full investigation into Ford's problems with their Ecoboost engines on Inside Out tonight, 7:30, BBC1, or after that, of course, on the iPlayer. Well, you can also watch us as well, can't you?
You can, yeah. We've got plenty more to come for you.